Yo, what's good everyone? It's Gary. Today I got the PvP hand cannon tier list. All these hand cannons that I own. If there's a hand cannon that you think should be in this list that I don't have, let me know. All the hand cannons I have I think are good for PvP. Also, I'll be telling you the god rolls of every hand cannon and showing you like 1 or 2 kills with it. Other than that, we can get started with the list. Make sure to follow my Twitch in the description at Guapo Gary. I stream every day. Go on my chat and say hi. I'll say hi back. Bye. My first hand cannon is going to be Austria. So my god roll for Ostringer would be Small Bore, Ricochet, Snapshot, Zen Moment, Range Masterwork, Enhanced. This is my god for Ostringer. The reason I like that roll is because you can shoot through flinch really well, and it's really just a consistent hand cannon. There's not much that sticks out a lot about Ostringer other than you can craft it and it has really good ornaments. So for Ostringer, I'm gonna go A tier. Next, we got Better Devils. Better Devils is kind of like the Strand version of Ostringer, but it has random rolls, so it's harder to get, and it has deterministic recoil, but it does have Slice, which could give it upper hand. And my god roll for Better Devils would be Small Bore, Accurize, Slice, Zen Moment, and a Range Masterwork, Enhance. This would be my god roll. I think Zen Moment is a very underrated perk on hand cannons, and Slice definitely is really good. With all that in mind, I'm gonna put it in A tier with Ostringer. Next, we have Bottom Dollar. Bottom Dollar has a lot of really good rolls, but I think there's one roll I think you should keep in mind. My god roll from Bottom Dollar would be Fluted Barrel, Accurize, or Extended Mag, Slide Shot, and Opening Shot, or another consistency perk, and a Range Masterwork. I think this hand cannon is actually pretty nice. Slide Shot does make 120s really good. With that god roll, specifically that god roll, I think this is an A tier hand cannon. The only thing to keep in mind is the recoil is kind of like wonky sometimes. Make sure you know about that. Next hand cannon is the Combine Action. Now this hand cannon does one thing and one thing really well. It 2-taps. You can either go Adagio, so you get a guaranteed 2-tap, or you can go Kill Clip and 2-tap not every resilience, I'm pretty sure. My god roll would probably be Floated Barrel, Accurize Rounds, Zen Moment, Adagio, and a Range Masterwork, Enhance. This roll looks pretty good. I can't see it being super crazy, but it feels okay. I don't like the feel of it, so with that in mind, I'm gonna put it in the B tier. It is only good for 2-tapping. And speaking of 2-tapping, we got Criminal's Dagger. Now, this hand cannon is probably one of the best hand cannons in Destiny 2. I think it does a lot of things really well, and I'll show you my god rolls. So, base, I would go with Fluted Barrel always, Extended Mag, Range Masterwork, and then always go Slideways, Enhanced. The thing is, you could pick 3 perks here in my opinion. Precision Instrument, Adagio, or Zen Moment. These are all really good. Do not go Explosive Payload, you cannot suit a body. And this gun has a lot of AE, and Precision Instrument makes it super consistent. This is for sure my god roll in my opinion. And with that in mind, I'm going to put this gun in S tier. This is like the first S tier hand cannon so far. Now we get into a wonky gun, Crimson. This gun is really weird. The only way to make it work kind of is go like lower FOV, like 90 I think, and you can see your reticle, but if you're not on 90 FOV you cannot see your reticle at all. It's so wonky to shoot, as you can see from the gameplay. In my opinion, I hate this gun. I would never use it. It's the same to me as like a 2-burst hand cannon. Why would you use this gun over a pulse? This gun is going D tier, but you can make it work if you're on controller, but as a mouse and keyboard player, it's going D tier for me. Now we got the Dire Promise, a classic hand cannon. Everyone loved this as a 150, but after they made it a 140, it kind of fell off. My god will probably be Fast Draw, Ricochet, Opening Shot, and Swashbuckler with a Range Masterwork. The only thing that makes this unique is you could 2-tap with Radiant Swashbuckler, but another hand cannon can do that as well. So With that, I'm gonna put this hand cannon in the C tier. Now we have Apocal integration. This hand cannon is really overlooked when it comes to 140s in the energy slot. I feel like there's a lot of them, but this hand cannon does it really well. It has Keep Away, Eye the Storm, and really good model and recoil. As you can see with the curated roll, it has pretty decent range. You get 64 with Keep Away and a really good ordnance rate. I think this is an A tier hand cannon, believe it or not. Now we got the returning Exalted Truth. This gun came back blazing. It came back with slide shot, lone wolf, precision instrument. It just has everything. This gun has everything going for it. I'll show you my gun right now. So me personally, I would go with either fluted barrel or small bore. I like fluted, accurized rounds. Now me personally, I like slide shot for the reload, but I heard a lot of people saying lone wolf was really good, and I would go slide shot, precision instrument enhanced with a range masterwork. This gun has so much going for it. It's kind of hard to go with a bad roll on this hand cannon. So with that being said, this gun is going S tier. The next gun is Exuvier. This is a Stasis 120. It's kind of like the something new, but there's something about it which doesn't feel really good. The zoom is the same as every other hand cannon, but the model is like pushed really close to you. So when you're shooting it, it has a lot more recoil than it actually does. And I'll show you my god roll and rank it. So my god roll will probably be fluted barrel, extended mag, lone wolf, and precision instrument with a range masterwork. Now this gun does have a lot of AE. You can get 50 AE, not including lone wolf 70. So this gun is crazy when it comes to AE, but with the model, I think this hand cannon needs to go in B tier. I think this would be a crazy 120, but there's better 120s. It just held back so much by the recoil. I can't use it. Next is a classic hand cannon, the Ice Luna. This gun is buttery smooth. This always feels so good. I love this hand cannon. So my god roll Ice Luna would probably be steady hands, ricochet rounds, rapid hit, snapshot. I like the snappiness, and a range masterwork. This gun is so nice. I love this hand cannon. And if I were gonna rank it, I would say it's a B tier hand cannon. I don't think it does anything better than Austringer. Austringer is a little bit better because you can enhance it. Honestly, you could definitely pop out with this hand cannon if you really like it. It's definitely a really good hand cannon in the right hands. Next, we have the returning Fatebringer. Bro. Now, Fatebringer came back swinging. It has Keep Away and it has 3 really good perks. So my god would probably be fluted barrel or small bore, accurized rounds, Keep Away, and probably precision instrument with a range masterwork. Now this gun has crazy stats. It doesn't have anything to make it S tier like the other 140s that are in S tier. So I'm gonna have to put this gun in the A tier, high A tier. But it just doesn't have anything to make it stand out. It's just a consistent hand cannon. Now we got the GOAT Hawk. Hawkmoon is so good. I love Hawkmoon. This gun has won me so many 1v3s, so many comp games. This gun is too good. It has max aim assist, it has everything. My god roll, in my opinion, would probably be small bore. Always go alloy mag because you have to. Opening shot, smooth grip. This gun, I think you want opening shot on it because with the catalyst, your first shot is your worst shot. So opening shot just makes sense on Hawkman. I think you definitely want opening shot. Now, this is definitely an S tier hand cannon. It is probably the best hand cannon. It has so many use cases. When games are super slow, you can get a free pick just by getting headshots. It is so broken. Definitely S tier hand cannon. Next up is the Igneous Hammer. This gun has been meta for so long. It is so good. It is, every version of it has been S tier. I think this gun deserves S tier. I'll show you my god roll right now. So my 5 out of 5 would be floated barrel for handling, ricochet rounds, keep away or fragile focus enhanced, and then we always go precision instrument for the consistency and the range, and then we go to range masterwork and adept Icarus. This gun really just does it all. It has no recoil, it has so much range, especially with fragile focus. You get 100 right here. This gun is for sure S tier hand cannon. It's definitely up there. Now we got a little sleeper pick, Achilles hand cannon. This gun does one thing and one thing only. It gets kill streaks. I think people kind of overlook 180s when it comes to 6v6. This is probably one of the better 180s. I'm kind of grouping all 180s together because they all do the same thing, which is get kill streaks. So every 180, I would go with a range barrel, accurized rounds, but on this you go Seraph, rapid hit. This one has rapid hit, a reloaded perk or consistency perk, and then a kill perk. And here you have a golden tricorn here. This gun gets a really quick TTK of 0.67 when you get a damage perk, which is really good. And also has Rasputin's Arsenal, which makes it really good for getting those kill streaks. It refills half the mag when you break a shield. The stats just like let it down, and I hate shooting 180s. I think this hand cannon is probably C tier, and compared to every other hand cannon, I just don't like 180s overall. Next, we have the Kept Confidence. Kept Confidence is kind of like, it has the feel of a good hand cannon and everything, but it has nothing to make it unique besides the model. My god roll Kept Confidence would be small bore, accurized rounds, quick draw, Eye of the Storm enhanced with a range masterwork. Obviously this gun has pretty good stats, but it's lacking in the handling, so I kind of went quick draw. With all that being said, I think this is honestly a C tier hand cannon. It doesn't do anything very unique. It's kind of like Dire Promise, where it's like lacking stats. Only thing it has is range. To me, I just would never use this over any of the hand cannons above it, but you could definitely pop off with it. Next, we got the Problem Child hand cannon, the last word. Motherfucker. This hand cannon has been broken for so long. Especially a controller. Keep in mind it was just broken with Raining Dance Machines when that came out. But I think overall, at least for me, because this is my hand cannon tier list, but you know this is S tier for controller, right? But this, I want to make this unique. This is my hand cannon tier list. I'm gonna put this in C tier. Honestly, for mouse and keyboard, if you can get good with it, you can make it work, but it takes a lot of practice, and I don't think it's consistent enough to be in anything above this when you're on mouse and keyboard. You know it's S tier when it's on a controller. So next, we got the Lumina. The Lumina is a very unique hand cannon. It does feel really smooth. It has some decent stats, and you can actually pair it with the Boots of Assembler and get free damage perk for you and your teammates, which is really good. And I'd say overall, this is a B tier hand cannon overall. I think with the boots, it's an S tier hand cannon in my opinion, but by itself and like 3v3, it doesn't get that much use because you have to get a kill. So most of it is over going with the kill. And in my opinion, that just makes it B tier hand cannon. Now we got the Luna's Howl. Okay. Nice. The Luna's Howl is very unique. It is only 140 hand cannon besides Not Forgotten. It has a 180 recoil and stats, but it's a 140. My personal god roll would probably be corkscrew rifling, ricochet rounds, slide shot, and precision instrument with a range masterwork. This gun has okay range. It's really lacking in the handling. It has a lot of AE, but I think in my opinion, I hate using this kind of precision frame. I really can't see where I'm shooting. It really feels like my last shot, my third shot, I just can never hit it sometimes. So for that, me personally, I'm not using this over anything in the B tier. But I know people really like this. So overall, I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Next, we got the Super Killing Machine Malfeasance. Malfeasance is one thing and one thing only. It destroys supers. It has a vorpal weapon, and it has another perk where if you hit 5 shots on no matter what, it will kill something. So I think for just that alone, it has some like unique cases, but like overall it's a 140 with no actual kill perk, so I gotta put a D tier. But when there's supers out in the field, it's definitely like an A tier hand cannon. Obviously it doesn't beat the MT though. Next, we got my most used hand cannon ever, the Rose. This hand cannon is so good. It's so easy to get. Obviously, you gotta play comp to get it, but it has so many good rolls. My personal god roll would be small bore, accurized rounds, slide shot, opening shot with a range masterwork, and polymer grip. This hand cannon has crazy handling, crazy range, slide shot, and opening shot. Or you could go with another consistency perk. Anything besides rangefinder and explosive payload is good. This gun is so amazing. It has really good airborne as well. I think this is obviously an S tier hand cannon. There's not much to be said about it. You can never go wrong with the Rose, and it's in S tier above Exalted in my opinion. Next is the Round Robin. The Round Robin has 2 use cases, kill clip, elemental capacitor. So my god roll from Round Robin most of the time would probably be small bore, ricochet rounds, keep away enhanced, and elemental capacitor on arc and a range masterwork. And I do see this hand cannon feeling really nice. There is a hand cannon that does it better, and I'm gonna show you that later. Obviously this hand cannon is pretty good. I'm gonna have to put this one in the B tier. Now we have the Sightline Survey. This hand cannon is kind of unique when it comes to 140s. I do think it is the same as the Word of Crota. They both are kind of the same in my opinion, except one is Cursed Raw, so I'm gonna group them together. They both do one thing, and is have precision instrument on a 180 hand cannon. I believe my chat told me it 3 taps up to 5 resilience. Honestly, don't believe it after trying it. But overall, I think I would go with corkscrew, accurized, keep away, precision instrument enhanced, and a range masterwork. If it does actually 3 tap up to 5 resilience, I think that is really good. But since this does 3 tap up to 5 resilience, I think it's pretty good. I think a lot of people run over 5 resilience. It's only good against hunters, I suppose. It does have a really good model, and it does shoot really well. With that in mind, it's a very unique 180, and this is my only B tier 180 with the Word of. Next is the Something New. This hand cannon is the Round Robin's better brother. So this is a better arc 120 in my opinion, where you could go small bore. You want steady rounds here actually for the AE. It's a perfect flat 30. Arc elemental capacitor, range masterwork, and precision instrument. People think precision instrument isn't good anymore for some reason, but it's still really good, and it increases your range and consistency a lot, where you would leave someone one shot and you would kill them with precision instrument, which it comes up. I say with this roll, this is definitely an A tier hand cannon. It's just not better than something like Criminals. Now we got my baby Spare Rations. I love this hand cannon. It's got the best feel, the best sights, the best sound of any 140 in my opinion. I think my god roll would be full bore, ricochet, slide shot, opening shot, range masterwork. I do think that the default handling is pretty good on this, so you could go with max range. I have this same roll and it feels really good. It has okay range with full bore. Obviously, it's okay for having full bore, but it does feel really good, and I think the feel alone makes it all the way in A tier in my opinion. I think this hand cannon pops off a lot. Now we got the steady hand. This hand cannon does something that no other 120 hand cannon does, and it's very unique. This is an old Iron Banner hand cannon that you cannot get anymore, and the god roll would definitely be fast draw, ricochet, slide shot, iron grip, and a handling masterwork. This hand cannon, when you get slide shot, is 90 stability and 85 range. This hand cannon is crazy. I have this exact roll and it feels super buttery smooth, and it has decent handling. It's not crazy. Obviously you see the 0 reload, but you have slide shot, which doesn't have a cooldown like Slideways does, even though they said they patched it. You can go slide after slide and just keep reloading it. It's so nice. I love slide shot with this hand cannon, and I think if you have that roll, it's an A tier hand cannon, but I don't think it's better than Criminals because it lacks the AE and precision instrument in my opinion. Next hand cannon is the Sturm. The Sturm is a very underrated 120 hand cannon. It has everything really going for it. It has really good handling, really good range, good stability, big mag size, good AE. I think the only thing that makes it a little odd is if you need the good ornament, which is the one right here. I think if you have this ornament, it honestly feels a lot better, and it's definitely in an A tier 120. Next is the only 150 in the game. Bungie kind of nerfed the Sunshot in PvP when they nerfed explosive payload, and it kills a lot less than it would have killed before. You have to be really consistent with your Sunshot, and you have to really be used to it. You could make this really good. You could out TTK some other hand cannons. Just based off the feel alone and the inconsistency of explosive payload, I think this hand cannon honestly feels B tier right now. It just doesn't feel good anymore after they nerfed explosive payload. Next is the targeted redaction. This hand cannon is a spare ripoff. It's a 120 spare in the energy slot. It doesn't feel that good to shoot compared to spare. It has really bad stats. As you can see, the god roll would definitely be fluted barrel. You need steady rounds because it has no stability, well-rounded, and keep away. This hand cannon is honestly a letdown. I wish it was good, but it's honestly never good unless you're doing like some weird collective action thing. But with that being said, this hand cannon is a C tier hand cannon in my opinion. It is pretty bad. I would just not use it over any of these hand cannons. Next, we got probably one of my favorite 140s in the game, Thorn. Thorn is always super fun to use. It's probably up there with one of the best hand cannons. The only thing that's kind of holding it back is like the really low mag size and the low reload speed. I wish it was a little bit more. I love this hand cannon so much, but I think overall it's an A tier hand cannon. I don't think there's anything that makes it S tier where it's way more competitive than these hand cannons, but obviously you can never go wrong with Thorn. Next, we got Waking Vigil. Now, if you got an old Waking Vigil, this hand cannon feels super good. When they brought it back, they gave it the worst perks ever. So I guess the new god roll will be ricochet rounds, full bore, baby shoot to loot enhanced. Oh, you can't enhance it. Never mind. Perpetual motion and opening shot with a range masterwork. This hand cannon is honestly such a big disappointment. It's such a letdown compared to the last version of Waking Vigil. Slide shot makes this hand cannon feel so nice. I need Bungie to bring this hand cannon back with slide shot and an opening shot and barrels. If they brought it back, it'd be like an A tier hand cannon. But right now, with this roll, this has got to be a C tier hand cannon. It is so awful for a 140, in my opinion. Honestly, nah, I'm putting on D tier. Like this, it's just so bad. Next, we got all of the double fire hand cannons. Honestly, I hate these hand cannons. They're like Crimson, but even worse in my opinion. I hate shooting them. Why would you use this over a pulse rifle? I genuinely just don't get it. You can't even peek shot with it. Never use these. I hate them so much. I will never ever use these over any other hand cannons above this. I will use a 180 over this because it actually goes where I shoot it. Do not use these in my opinion. Unless you're a controller, then I guess you could use it. But why would you use that over pulse? We get the palindrome adepts. A lot of people think it's really bad because of the perks. I think it's kind of underrated. My god ore would definitely be small bore, accurized to the pane, snapshot with a range masterwork, enhanced. Now, I actually have this roll and it feels really good and snappy with snapshot. To the pane is not the greatest, but is okay. You do get a lot of aim assist. But I think honestly, this is just a stat hand cannon and it feels really crispy. And in my opinion, it's kind of like is like the Ice Luna, but in the energy slot where it has like not the best perks, but it feels super buttery smooth. And so I'm gonna put it B tier. Another hand cannon that is always been really good is the Ace of Spades. I think the Ace of Spades is always a phenomenal pick. I think it is on the brink of A tier, but I think the thing holding it back is the range when you get the perk. It's honestly very bad, and also the handling is terrible. But the range is obviously super good without the perk, and you do get your radar while ADSing. I think it's super good. I think it's going to go in high A tier. I think it is kind of fallen out of the meta. I think people kind of overrate it, like how good it is because of how the usage, but I do think it's an A tier hand cannon in my opinion. And that rounds up all the hand cannons in Destiny 2 in my opinion. I don't know, this is every hand cannon. If I'm missing a hand cannon, you can comment how you feel about it, but these are all that I wanted to put in the S tier. Every hand cannon here you could use in any meta. It'll be always good. You can make a case for any of these to be the best hand cannon in the game. And in the A tier, these are all super good. You could use these in anything as well, but I do think these hand cannons are better. If you have anything that you would like to say in the comments about what yours picks are, I would love to hear it. Make sure to like and subscribe because this video did take a lot of effort to make, and I know I messed up adding some hand cannons late, but that is my fault. Make sure to follow my Twitch in the description, and also join my Discord in the description as well to know when I go live or post a video and just talk with my community. I'd appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video. See ya.